What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins and Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
With Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
Bron had a productive meeting with the Lakers to discuss a 2-year extension. He is entering the final year of his contract. Gentlemen, expert Bronologists, where is Bron finishing his career? Is he going to do this with the Lakers? I know a lot of people feel it's inevitable. There are some miscreants out there trying to spread the vibes that he's going to return to Cleveland. What's your gut instinct about how this is going to shake out, Tyler?
I always thought he would do his final season go-away tour with the Cavs. And I think now that the Cavs are, one guy away, you know what I'm saying? And he could very well be that guy. I think that, the odds are definitely increasing for that. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he just closes out as a Laker. He just says, fuck it. This is home. This is where all my outside ventures are. This is where my boys are in school at. I'm not uprooting everybody again. I can see him just riding out with LA too. So we'll see.
How I think about it is this. It's $100 million for 2 years, right? It's 50 of them?
Something like that. Yeah.
He doesn't need the money, obviously. He doesn't need another dime, but it's $100 million. So, I think it's hard not to say he'll take those 2 years, but I think he has more than 2 years in his career.
Question. Yeah.
And I think he's going to, I couldn't see him staying in the Lakers. I think he's really trying to play with his son. I think whoever drafts his son to play, that is more important than anything. And I think he's smart enough to understand that. You know what I mean?
So the way to be freed up to play with Bronny would be to do a 1-on-1, to do a one with the option out. So he'd be under contract for 2 more years, and then he'd basically be able to get out. The question with Bronny, I feel terrible for the kid. I mean,
is he good enough to make it to the L?
He's obviously gonna have a great life in many regards that many people around the world would kill for. But it's insane that every time people talk about the contract situation for the greatest player of this era, a kid who's a good high school player gets talked about like, well, where is he going in the lottery? And it's like, dude, this is so unfair. It's so unfair to this kid, that is talked about. But Bron put it out there early on that he wants to play with his kid. Personally, maybe he's waiting for, Bryce looks to me, Bryce is on a hell of a curve right now.
Bryce is in 8th grade, right? He's only in 8th grade right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but that's the question, because Tyler said he sees that the final year doing a farewell with the Cavs. That could be, but the question is, what's the end of the tank? He's 38 and he's still going crazy right now. So
Bryce he ain't playing till Bryce. Yeah, that's a lot to ask. 4 more years, I guess. I don't know, but I can't. I'm not gonna sign myself to think crazy shit like that right now, bro. I'm gonna just enjoy every second. But the thing I think with Bronny is Bronny has different options. He loves gaming and all that stuff too. But also Bronny, it's so competitive. It's so competitive now.
He's got a target on him too for every event he goes at for his entire life.
Bronny. If this was when he was if he would be Bron if it was 1999. The way he plays the game now, the way he looks, how explosive he is. We played basketball back then. That ain't the same time no more, bro. It's so much more competitive. There's so many athletes that have been approaching this like this is a job since fucking 7th grade. He made some
kids are doing plyo training in fucking elementary school.
They playing this 24/7 right now. You know what I'm saying? He made some huge leaps last year, I think, right?
Agreed.
But I think Bronny is to me, to be an NBA caliber player, I think he's 2 years in a college at least, maybe, and who gets it's
for
difficult.
Them talking about him as a one and done guy. It's it's an unfair. Regardless of the fact that he's LeBron's son, it's an unfair expectation to put on almost literally any high school junior.
And he's had that expectation since
senior,
what, 6th grade?
Yeah,
and he was come on, man.
Whatever.
But I think we might need to think outside the box and look at him doing the G League thing, because that is a way for an NBA team to backdoor getting Bron, right? You get this kid G League, fresh out of high school. You put him in your, quote unquote farm system, and you bring him up to the bigs when Bron is ready to come to your squad. So I think that's something to keep your eye on. I think college might not even be on the table for Bron.
The Ignite is the only team that does that,
out of
though,
high
right?
school, they have to go to the Ignite, and then their draft rights are still available for a year after. Mm-hmm. They can't enter the draft until they're a year out of high school. So, and I don't know. I mean, because the thing about the Ignite, and I've known families who go through that debate. Like, it's hard to sign your son away to that life at 18. You know what I mean? To like, there is an easing in process with the college, especially if you end up with the right program and coach. But but the Ignite thing, it's like, it's sort of like being drafted into Major League Baseball. It's like, you're a pro athlete now. Your life fucking sucks. You're a pro athlete without all the good stuff about being a pro athlete. You got the travel and the craziness, but without the money.
He's always Bronny's son. He's always LeBron's son, though.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, life ain't gonna suck too bad. Ever.
I'm not gonna be crying too many tears. I would say to your point about how different it is, John. I was at shout out my guy AC from Beach City Hoops put on an event called the Orientation yesterday, which was for like top incoming freshmen in Southern California, basically. In the high school level. I told y'all Paul Pierce was there being an asshole.
Oh, man. I didn't know he was going to come on the pod and say that. Great.
He was being an asshole in a great way. He was literally, he just walked out in between sessions, walked out on the court, and was having the kids bet him. He said, "Who wants to bet I can't dunk?"
He was pulling a Bill Russell. I beat all y'all asses. I kick all y'all asses.
None of the kids took him up. He was just doing little reverse layups. Well, he was betting them gassers, and they were in the middle of a 8-hour day.
Okay.
So
I wouldn't take that.
Not worth the risk.
They're like, "You got it."
Just tell somebody they beat Paul Pierce.
Right, but I'm looking at these incoming high school freshmen having the exact same thought you just had, John. It's like, these kids look like, I mean, I know some of them obviously are older than we were when we were high school freshmen, but just in terms of how developed and polished they were, it's like, this is not what ninth graders looked like in 1996, bro.
And skill wise, right? And then also, bro, I remember when I was a college recruiter giving a presentation to a kid. The kid raised his hand like he damn near touched the ceiling. I said, "Stand up." How old are you? 9th grade. The fuck?
You fully uncled that dude. That's
dude.
Great.
I was like early 30s. Bro. That was I was like, bro, y'all, right. I said, "Stand up." I was like, these are 9th graders. Like, this is bro, they different, and they only gotten bigger. That was 8 years ago, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he probably stood up too. Like, yeah, little nigga. You 5'11", couldn't be me. Projects. Shit. Fuck what you had going on. But yeah, man. So these kids different, bro. They different now. So don't want to put that on the kid, Bronny.